Good morning, Forest Park. Today is March 8th, 2023. I'm Don Jones. I'm the city manager here in the city of Forest Park. Welcome to our show, Off the Cuff, where we try and get some information about some of the things that have been going on in the city and some things that are upcoming. I wanted to take today, though, to really kind of devote a little of attention to our Public Works Department. And I have with me today two members of our Public Works Department. We have our Public Works Director, Scott Felkowski, and his assistant, James Roberts, here to talk a little bit about the Chipper program and our road programs and anything else that's going on this summer in Public Works. So welcome, fellas. What do we want to talk about today? Let's start off maybe with the road program. Scott, what's going on there?
Thanks for having me today. Our road program, it's getting ready to start again. We are starting into the spring season now that it's March. Asphalt plants will be opening soon. And as you know, last year we had a very large project with the Winton and Kemper Road repaving, and they were doing a lot of curb work. Well, they didn't quite finish by the end of the year. So they will be coming back and getting back on the curb work here at the end of the month. And then once they get started on that, they'll do some more curb work and sidewalks, and then they'll be able to get to the pavement. So that's one of the big projects that will be completed here over the next several months.
So the concrete workers will be there first, and then the program will be moving on to the asphalt. When do we think that we're going to get started? At the end of the month?
Yep. They are scheduled to come back the last week of March, and then this will continue for about 3 months.
This is a big program that we have going on with Winton and Kemper. There's going to be a lot of pavement, so it should go on through, what, June-ish?
Yes, so it'll be June and July finishing up, as we do some of our other projects throughout the city for our 2023 program.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Let's talk a little bit about the internal street program that we budget money every year for a certain amount of streets that are basically the internal streets, not the main thoroughfares. So tell us a little bit about that program this year and when it's going to get started and maybe some of the streets that are going to be impacted.
We are getting ready to go out to bid for the 2023 road program, and this year's program has on it 3 streets. Those are Flagler Lane, Lincolnshire Road, that's from Kingsbury to the cul-de-sac. Lincolnshire was complete several years ago up to that point, and now we're getting to that completion. Then also Smiley Road, up off Winton Road as it goes up to the traffic light where at the old Walmart location. That area is in need, so those 3 roads are going to be part of this year's official street program. And that's about a $500,000 project, and that's what's budgeted each year for these.
Yeah, the city tries to commit at least that amount every year for internal road program. Repair and replacement as best as we can. So, but also if we come in under budget, we'll add streets to that as well.
We have another project with the SORTA grant that is being funded this year, and that is for Ken Road. So from Kemper Road down to Fresno, we'll be replacing the pavement and also doing work on the bus stops and adding some new bus stops, new pads, bike lane type things to do with the bus stops at those locations.
Well, that's great. Ken Road is a major thoroughfare here in the city, and getting that replaced will impact a lot of folks and make it a much better way to get around our city. So to recap a little bit, this year we're going to finish Winton Road from Sharon up to Kemper, and then we're going to take Kemper down to Ken, and then we're going to do Ken all the way over as well to, where's that going to end up at on Ken?
Down onto Fresno.
To Fresno. So that's a lot of road work this summer that we hope to get finished and accomplish for the community, as well as the internal streets that you mentioned earlier. So, well, those are a lot of streets, and that's a lot of construction that's going to be going on in our community here this summer. But also, we're not going to forget about the potholes as well. Correct? We're going to make sure that the potholes are all finished and completed as we go through the summer. So, if anybody has any potholes or any complaints or sees anything that they need fixed, they need to, of course, notify us of that. And again, we're going to have our Chipper program as well. So let's maybe move from roads and get into one of our favorite programs in the summer is our Chipper program. So James, can you tell us a little bit about the Chipper program this summer and some of the other things that might be going on in the community in Public Works this summer?
Yeah, the Chipper program is very popular in the city. It starts the week of April the 3rd, and we will be out going through the whole sections like we always do. There'll be a full schedule online that you can look up if you wanted to see if you've moved into the city new, or if you just need a reminder. Some of the things we wanted to let you know so we could be efficient with it. Make sure your piles are out by 7 a.m. on the day that we're supposed to be there. Try to leave your branches as long as you can, and try to stack all the branches with the cut ends all facing the same direction. It just makes it a little easier to feed them in a timely manner. Remember, we only have 10 minutes per household to be able to get to everybody in the week that we'll be there. So don't spend 3 days carrying it out, because we're only going to be there 10 minutes to get it. If we do get behind and we can't get to you, we'll be back the following work day to get the people that we didn't get to.
Yeah, one of the things we need to be sure of and remind everybody is not to set it out too early. It needs to be out by 7 o'clock on the day of the pickup. But if they set it out a week or 2 or 3 early, our property maintenance folks will be after them to move it back from the curbs, because it just starts blowing through the neighborhood and looks really bad if it's piled up there for a couple weeks.
And sometimes it can cause sight clearance. If you're on a corner house and you stack it out there, when people pull up, they can't see if anything's coming, if there's a big pile sitting out there for 2 or 3 weeks.
Same way if you're pulling out of your driveway as well, you can't really see what's coming a lot of times if it's a big pile. So be aware of your neighbors, be aware of your neighborhood, and follow the rules. And we'll make sure that everybody's piles get picked up, but just don't set them out there on a Saturday, and if your day's going to be Friday later on that week. So be respectful of your neighbors and your neighborhood.
Make sure when you carry it out, if you clean out a fence row, don't just rake everything up. We can't take any rock or garbage or any dirt. If you pull your bushes out, you have to cut the roots off that has all the dirt on them. We can't feed it through the machine. It destroys our blades on our chipper. Try to remember not to park your cars in front of the piles, so we don't take a chance of anybody's car getting damaged, or we won't be able to see your pile as we drive by. Sometimes they're blocked by the cars. And remember, don't stack it in front of the fire hydrant or on a fire hydrant, because it could slow the fire department from getting to the hookup.
The chipper program is always a very popular program with the citizens. So really, they need to know, when's it going to start, when's it going to end, and maybe you can tell us that as well.
Yep, it starts April the 3rd. That's on a Monday. We will be chipping that whole week, and we have the whole city scheduled to get through in that week's time. And we'll do it once a week, or 1 week out of every month, all the way through October.
So 1 week a month, just make sure you hit the proper week. And where can they get information about when their days are, and is it their garbage day or is it their pickup day, and what day should they be setting out normally?
We'll have a copy on the website, the city website, and on our Facebook page, and it'll have the rules and a schedule for
Great.
the whole season.
Great, because that's the main thing, is hit the proper days, and everybody will be happy. We'll make sure that we get through the city and pick up as much as we can. And the first day, again, if we miss it, we come back and take care of you.
Exactly.
That's great. That's great. Also, anything else going on? I know you're part of the beautification committee. They still need judges?
Yes, we're looking for volunteers to judge the yard and flower contest. If you're interested in being a judge, you could get an application at the receptionist at the municipal building, or starting the 13th of this month, we are going to have it available online so that you can apply, and then we will get back with giving you a schedule and which areas you will be judging.
That yard beautification judging and that competition is always a lot of fun, and it's always taken very seriously here in the community. And I know everyone's looking forward to it, to starting their yards, getting everything spruced up. So take the opportunity to compete in that, get your yard spruced up, and if you really want to be a judge, it's a great opportunity to get out and see all the good, all the good neighborhoods, all the good yards in the community, and actually make some friends.
Maybe get some ideas for yours.
Absolutely, because that's what I did last year, is get some ideas. So again, if you want to be a volunteer, show up at or go to our website and or call City Hall here. And we'll be glad to put you in touch with the right people and get you involved in the beautification committee. Also, don't forget, as part of our beautification process, not only for the community that the individuals do for their homes. The city puts out flowers and beautifies the parks and gets them ready. So when are the parks opening this year? Let's give an update while we have.
April 1st, we plan on having them open. We're getting them prepared now.
Great, and we'll be putting out our flowers and so forth. pretty
They're
soon
supposed to
as well.
they're supposed to be delivered the week after Mother's Day.
Okay, great. And we're always looking for volunteers to help plant flowers. So if you want to help plant flowers in the community buildings here, again, call up, give us a call. You can volunteer to do that as well. That's great. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. And again, I want to remind everyone, we've been talking about all the spring stuff that's going on and getting ready to happen here in the city. But don't forget that this week time changes. So make sure that you set your clocks forward on Saturday. And don't forget to change those smoke detector batteries. So stay safe, Forest Park.